we can talk about planets. We can even talk about weather, right? Weather, we have CNN, BBC, Astro, and all these places where we have weather predicted for 5 days, 3 days, 1 day, like that. They predict weather. The wind will be blowing on one direction towards the earth, and it at this latitude and this longitude it go and hit on this degree of the earth. Because of that hit on that direction, it can deviate into another direction. Because of that move, it can bring a reaction such as heat or rain, sunny, windy, rainy. All these can be identified in advance. And such prediction, when they make, they have reasonable evidence and proof they are giving to us. And when we give that evidence and proof exactly as per what Astro provided or CNN or BBC provided, the information is appearing as on the screen, it's materializing in the nature. So weather is being predicted, and as per prediction, it's appearing. And we are predicting in astrology about the weather in our life. Astrology, when we predict, it is appearing in our life, repeatedly appearing in our life. Today, in the modern science learned world, what we call science is, you have a problem and you want to know how to solve this problem. You develop a solution, creating a formula, then you apply that solution to the problem solved. Again, similar problem generate. If you have the existing formula where you can generate the solution out of that formula, and if you can apply the same solution to the problem, if the problem can be solved, then we call science. That means we have repeated formula can be used to generate solution, to apply on the same kind of problem, and problem solved, then we call science. In astrology, when we see similar kind of experience to many life forms who appear for prediction, when we predict and say, because of this position like this, you will have to go through these problems, and the solution is this. All that predicted. After a little while, it appears. When it appears, once you may say, yeah, maybe the astrologer. Second time it appears, something wrong. Third time it appears, you start believing in it. Fourth time it appears, you are bowing it in front of that. Why? You are getting worried. So I have seen this kind of people in my office. It appears as per predicted. Not because of me. It is because of the astrological science that taught us certain formulas of planetary movements can bring this kind of impact and consequences into your lifetime, and during your lifetime the life experience are the consequences. or impact that we are talking about. How to believe it? Very hard to believe until we realize ourselves. So to understand astrology, as I said, you must be very tolerant, you must be very patient, you must be having understanding capacity, you must be a good observer, and you must be focused. What do you mean by observing around, understanding? What do you mean by all this? Let us say our daily life. You and me are living in various kind of buildings where our own floor, there will be maybe 300 people working on a floor, 200 people working on a floor, 100 people working on a floor, sometime 10 or 15 working on a floor. Depends on your capacity of the building. The universe is calling you every time. Child, come, attend to what I say. We call natural call. You rush to the washroom. When you go there, you will see a person standing there, or two will be standing there. You do your business, you go back. The same day in the afternoon when you go there, the same people will be hanging around there, and you look at them and you go back. The next day or the following day or in a week or in a month, you are meeting quite often at the same time in the same place, and you become washroom friends. Did you observe this? Are you meeting this kind of people in your washroom? There are many people working in that floor, that building, but only these 5 or 3 are the one, when you go there, they are there. Did you observe this? So, in my astrology, when I started doing kind of observation like this, I found a lot of washroom friends in my building. They only come at that time. I don't know where they appear from. When I do my consultation on a special day, I get only one particular pattern of problems into that particular day. I could see only one star which carry a special position in the moon in the planetary position. We say Rasi, the moon's position in a planetary position chart. And I can see these kind of people calling me and telling me about similar problems. Sometimes only the star representing people are the one calling me for consultation, and luckily I am putting the date of these people calling and putting, there these people are calling me for this purpose and all that. When I look at and study the data, amazing. Only that period, only this life energy is responding to these issues. So repeated practice, not once, each and every day. How to ignore it? How to ignore it? This is my daily life experience that I am going through related to astrology that I started predicting for the last 4 years for the members of the public. All this while I never believed astrology. In fact, I used to make fun of astrology. While I give this scientific explanation, while I give these speeches, I have already started my intention, my mission of transmitting the knowledge of astrology to you. Though I may represent as I may say that my experience, but it is an experience belongs to each and every one of you. As long as you go back to yourself and observe about your own life experience, then you will realize what I am speaking is about you and me. Every 24 hours, we are going through this experience. What do I mean by tolerance? Most of us are married. We have family. We have children. We know what is life all about. We know what is husband and wife. We know what is reproductivity all about. Let us say that after a hard day, you are going back home. Your wife also worked hard. Come back home. But unfortunately or fortunately, that was a full moon day or a no moon day. Though you are tired, you can't sleep. You have some funny feelings in your mind. You want to mate. With the intention, when you go there, of course, natural call. When you go there, you are very aggressive. Some of us are very aggressive. Some of us are very slow. Some of us are very kind of, don't know where to start. Somebody else have to jump start. So all these kind of problem, each and every one of us in different kind is facing each and every day. But happen to be that particular day, maybe a no moon or a full moon brought this funny natural call, and you are trying to attend to it with maximum concentration in your mind. I want to achieve it. You are concentrating and going towards that process. Suddenly the opposites. Your spouse says, honey, how about the telephone bill of this month? Did you pay the car payment? You know, this month we have to pay our daughters or sons school fees, The spouse, based on the full moon, if he or she activated, or the spouse who is on the no moon, he or she activated for these thoughts, certainly get disappointed. And such disappointment not only once happening in that particular person's life, it's repeatedly happening, then that person don't want to go anymore. Understanding yourself. Tolerance. You have to tolerate. To marry, to live a long married life, you have to tolerate a lot. You cannot just take and say, okay, tomorrow onwards you are my wife and I am your husband, or you are my husband, I am your wife. If you are going in that kind of a frequency of relationship, day after tomorrow you are saying, I don't want to live with you. So, tolerance is very important for you to live in your life. Marriage, of course, an institution. And to run the institution, we have to be tolerating. Maybe various different way of tolerance, how you can accept your lifestyle without hurting the other side. Go on your own and maintain it. Then we can reduce a lot of divorce in our current lifetime.